The activity in front of the Brooklyn Museum, not too far from our setting today here at the Barclays Center. Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, Kyrie Irving rediscovered his maternal lineage with the White Mountain family of the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. He lost his mother at a young age, and by connecting with her roots, he's found a piece of himself. The tribe gave him the name Little Mountain. Kevin?
Great story, DA. Thank you. And the Houston Rockets starting five. Tucker and Capella are up front. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. And it's Gordon in at the 3 spot. And for Brooklyn, we've got DeAndre Jordan. Harris is out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Durant. And it's Chandler in at the power forward. Hey, Chris, tonight, two teams with a lot of depth. What's the difference in mindset between coming off the bench versus starting the game?
Well, when you start the game, it's like you already know what minutes are planned. You can warm up with the expectation of getting right into the game. You know your assignment. You know the starters that are going to be in the game. When you come off the bench, it's different. You know, what's the rotation of the game? When do you get in? Does the coach have a feel to get you in earlier? Is the starter that you're replacing, is he hot and you have to wait an extra 2 minutes? And also, from time of warm-up to time of getting in the game is usually about 15 minutes of real time. And so can you stay loose on the bench, and can you train your body to say, wait a minute, I know it's game time, but I need 7 more minutes and then it's my turn to play.
I like that. And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. Here's Westbrook. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
Irving drives in. Yep, that one goes in there.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Harden draws the double. Shot by Gordon, wide open. Off target from three-point range.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
And that one's good, Irving.
Amazing confidence from Irving. He's so skilled at getting inside and getting the shot he wants.
The Rockets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Westbrook feeling it out a bit. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Shots good by Durant.
And early on, they looked great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Outside Gordon. This one for 3. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, these days, so much emphasis on the perimeter game, but you can see why after that sequence.
Now here's Gordon. The quick look, no good that time.
And, guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Come on, you can't be selfish. You got to be willing to make the next pass. Otherwise, it's just predictable.
And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. From down low, in deep, Irving drops it in. Irving's got 6.
Their hot start keeps getting hotter. 5 for 5 now to keep things going.
Well, last season for sure, Greg, a bit of a journey for DeAndre Jordan as he went from the Mavericks to the Knicks before his free agency. Now he is a part of Brooklyn.
And both KD and Kyrie took pay cuts to get Jordan on board. Still a factor with his size and defense despite a lackluster year in 2019. Nets are hoping he can find his magic and be a force once again.
Now Jordan after Eric Gordon's three-pointer that didn't go. Basket good.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
And after spending his first NBA decade with the Clippers, DeAndre Jordan bounced around last season. Remains a supreme athlete and rebounder, though, at that center position.
Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for Wilson Chandler. On defense, Brooklyn, 6-point lead. Near the three-point line, it's Gordon. The good-looking shot from the wing. He has 5. And a nightly double-double threat is DeAndre Jordan, but some dissatisfaction with his play last season. Greg, what was that?
Well, I felt like his impact has tailed off just a bit from his peak with the Clippers. Sometimes the great athletes have more of an adjustment as they enter their 30s.
Brooklyn leading by 4. Durant finds Dinwiddie. Irving for 3. They get it back. Shoots over Tucker. And another shot. And that's good off the glass that time. And it's 7 points for KD.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Houston making some changes. Daniel House comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Austin Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Here's Irving. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now. A minute 42 left to play in the first quarter. Harden the pass to Rivers. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Well, I love what Austin Rivers did last year after he bounced around between the Wizards and Rockets. He came in and he was focused. He was traded by Washington to the Suns and then bought out and ended up in a great situation in Houston.
Gerald Green, he's checked in for Houston.
And Rivers works hard when he's in the game. That's what you love about him. He's at his best when he's shooting the ball with confidence.
On the wing, Irving. He's guarded by Rivers. Goes up on the high post. Here's Capella. Goes up again. He lays it in.
The massive wingspan of Capella, I mean, excels at using it to gobble up misses at a high rate.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And for Rivers, after being let loose by Phoenix, still productive and very motivated when he joined the Rockets.
Now, Rivers said that even though he understood the buyout, he hated the idea of being released. I mean, it reinvigorated his game, and he had one of the best seasons to date.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Taurean Prince comes in for Kevin Durant. Rodions Kurucs, he's checked in for Joe Harris. And Karis LeVert subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Bangs home the trifecta.
Those catch-and-shoot chances will be there for Green because the D's got to worry about his ability to attack the rim.
Releases. And again, it's the Nets missing.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
Prince against Rivers, the 10-footer. And he gets the bucket. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the first. Stolen by LeVert. And oh, here we go. Prince has got it. The fast break chance.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
The Nets shooting their first free throw of the contest. And the Rockets making a change here. Tucker's checked in. That one misses for Prince. Rockets trail by 6. Rivers gets a wide open look. Harden kicks it to Tucker. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Kicks it out to Harden. Down to 5 on the shot clock. A three-pointer is right on target.
The unique lefty stroke of Harden. He's become incredibly consistent from deep.
Unloads from 13. Unable to get that one. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Brooklyn ahead, leading by... Now a chance to hear shooting guard Eric Gordon talk about...
It's all about not making mistakes, getting rebounds, and getting good stuff to really push the pace up. And I think when we do that, we always are at our best.
And, Greg, nowadays it's all about pushing the pace.
And it's an offensive-oriented league now. When you execute and really look to attack, it puts the opposition on their heels.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, yeah, this is their preferred pace, and it's gotten them out to an early lead.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Houston, they've got Austin Rivers. He's out there with Harden. Gerald Green out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the 4. Nets leading by 3.
Kevin, it was an up-and-down season for the Rockets last year. I mean, they started out very slow, and then because of injury, but it took them a while to get into the playoff picture. But how about this? They won their division, but only nabbed the 4th seed in the playoffs.
Harden can't hit.
Well, he hit that 1 3-pointer in the first quarter. Still none so far here in the second.
And Harden comes to help. To the middle. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Tucker. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. And the basket by Harden.
When you put everything into your defense like Tucker does, good things happen. Like easy points off of a terrific steal.
And Chris, last year being the 4th seed in the postseason was trouble for the Rockets.
Yeah, it was, especially, Kevin, when you have to face the Warriors in the second round. They got bounced out in Game 6 despite the Warriors losing Durant. The slow start in the regular season, I think, played a big factor.
And the foul called on Jarrett Allen. That is his first foul of the game. Wilson Chandler's checked in for the Nets. And a switch here also for Houston. Russell Westbrook in for James Harden. And the wide open shot from Green. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Nets leading by 3. Dinwiddie with it. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Poked away. LeVert finds Dinwiddie from downtown. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Pass to Westbrook. Uncovered. And it's off the back rim. No good.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
LeVert. And it's Rivers with the rebound.
I don't think the D does good enough here, but something causes the miss.
In the corner, it's Westbrook. The tray sinks the three-pointer. Westbrook's got the game tied up here for Houston.
There is the unselfishness that coaches love so much. Rivers doing a great job getting it to the open man.
Dinwiddie passes to Prince. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And a 4-year player at Baylor, Taurean Prince, something of a surprise lottery pick back in 2016. But Greg, he's become a very valuable player.
You know, he's one of those two-way power wings that it seems every team wants. A dependable three-point marksman who holds his own defensively.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Allen. Harris comes in for Karis LeVert. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Spencer Dinwiddie. And then for Houston, Clint Capella comes in for Danuel House. And it's Gordon in for Green.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Kenny Atkinson, who's a native of Long Island, now has his dream job, coaching the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't need praise or recognition. Instead, he's fueled by the fear of failure. He says, I always feel like I'm one banana peel away from never being in the NBA again. Kevin, he's got his team playing with that same determination.
David, he sure does. Thank you very much. Rockets on offense. They're on a 12-3 run right now. And finished off by Rivers.
Looking tenacious on these takes. Got to respect Rivers' fearlessness going strong like this.
Outside, KD. KD draws the double. Back to Irving. From the arc. It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Durant.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
Brooklyn's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Pass to Jordan. Inside. Out to Harris. Lets the 3 fly. Offensive rebound. Another shot. No good from Jordan.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
Always eager to shoot the 3, and on the fast break, he knows it's going to be there for him.
And here's KD for 3. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. And here are the Rockets now. They're on a 17-6 run. Ball's knocked loose. Irving with the steal. And here is Jordan. Lets it go from deep. Irving can't get it to go. Houston leading by 6. Lob pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
The main strength of Capella's offensive game, I mean, he uses his athleticism to power home these alley-oops.
Here's Durant. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Durant's got 5 points in the quarter. 59 seconds left now here in the second. Here's Westbrook. He's got 9. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Capella's got the lead up to 8 now for the Rockets.
I mean, and really major props to Capella for reading shot angles so well. His timing of these putback slams couldn't be any better.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Kuruc is checked in. James Harden, he's checked in for Houston. Here is Durant. 12 points for him. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
2 for 1, probably the way to go.
Yeah, G, I imagine that's what they're thinking. You have to maximize the possessions.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
From 11 feet away, bucket is good. KD's got 14.
He loves those hard shots. He makes his living taking on tough defenses. Durant, he wants those shots.
Westbrook with a wide open look. Misses off the left iron.
Not the most productive quarter he'll ever have, but his shot selection's been a little bit dubious.
They get the rebound. Here's Jordan, and they call the foul. So he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
That's good. And, you know, I really appreciate how Jordan has kind of transformed into an elite rebounder. If he's in the area, he's ripping away the board.
The Nets have gone 1 of 3 at the line here.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
And Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by House. 11 points in the game.
Like how confident Westbrook is close to the rim. Gets high off the ground and releases his shot quickly.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Rockets lead by 8. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Kyrie, they got themselves going in the second quarter. How do you get control of the game back?
It starts with not getting the ball out of the net. You know, we got to get stops, and it starts in that end. That's where it's really going to start for us. And we just got to continue to compete. That's all.
Kyrie, thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. They never got too far behind, as their largest deficit in the period was 8. The second quarter went their way, all the way, as they raced to the lead and stretched their advantage to 8 points by the halftime break. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
Some great work from them with the 3-ball. They came in with the idea that they can attack this D from long range. They were rotating the ball on the perimeter and letting it fly. And they got a good look. It's a strategy that paid off with a barrage of threes. That's my barrage.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Brooklyn?
Well, they just didn't produce enough offense. I don't know if it's because they were expending so much energy on the defensive end, but clearly they have to take a look at this. What plays are we calling? And how can we improve that? And they have to do it fast, because if they don't, this game is going to run away from them.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take it down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And he was an absolute monster on the offensive glass in that first half. I don't know how you slow him down.
Yeah, you must try to match his energy level first and foremost. But right now, he's just out hustling guys.
Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Harris. And it's Durant. Then it's Jordan. And it's Caruge in at the small forward position. So that's the Nets 5. Durant drawing the double team. Whistle blows. That's going to be a travel. Chris, of the guys you went against and played against, who would have benefited from today's style of play the most?
Oh, man, I got a few names. Billy Owens. Billy Owens, to me, was a guy like a Kevin Durant. No, he couldn't shoot like that, but he did everything on the floor for us there in Golden State. And I think in today, an open game for him where he could get going, oh, man, that would just be incredible. I also think of a guy like Detlef Schrempf. He could post up, he could pop and pick, he could shoot the ball deep, he could shoot off the dribble, finish on the break. Whatever you wanted, he could give it to you that way. And I think for both guys, that size, that sweet spot, 6'7", 6'8", but played like a little bit of a guard, those two guys come to mind.
Westbrook against Irving. Knocked away. Stolen by Harden. Left side, Westbrook. No good from outside. Nets trail by 12. Here's Irving. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
A career best season for Kyrie Irving in 2018-19. Scoring just as great as ever, but it was the other areas, playmaking, rebounding, defense, where he made tremendous strides.
And the Celtics expected Kyrie to become a better passer and defender in Boston.
They felt he had the capability. You could argue that those improvements have elevated him from a great scorer to a great player in our league.
Yeah, well, some locker room tension for Kyrie Irving last season. His public comments were seen as a dig at the Celtics' young players. They made it deep into the playoffs without him in 2018, a sense they weren't having. You have to appreciate the ball moving and the commitment to getting a high percentage look.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. From outside, off the mark. And with the chemistry concerns, Irving blamed the media. Chris, he said that it breaks up locker rooms.
Yeah, and he also said, Kev, that he admitted that he didn't handle everything perfectly. He got off social media, putting those blinders on and focusing on his job.
They double-team KD. And stolen by Gordon. And now, here comes Gordon leading the break. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Chris, as we know, the season began a year ago for Eric Gordon with some poor shooting numbers. Then, halfway through, he blossomed.
Yeah, Kevin, and as you know, he kept focusing all year. He just kept shooting. And he got better and better and better. His confidence wasn't shaken by it. He still took a ton of threes, and then down the stretch, they started dropping. And you know what he did when that started happening? Driving to the hole because the defense had to respect the shot.
And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. Maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
On defense, Brooklyn. It's a 16-point game, and it's good for 2.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
The Nets shooting 43% from the field. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touched by Prince.
An easy pass turns into a terrible turnover. And that's a possession wasted.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half.
A fantastic effort on D to get up in his face and deny the layup.
They double team KD. Dishes it to Prince. Allen kicks to Irving. Nets passing it around. Durant in the corner. They need this. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. And that's 17 points for KD.
The rhythm and the poise that Durant has when getting ready to catch and shoot is second to none in the league.
A shot by Harden, wide open. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good.
And not his best day from three-point range. I mean, just one in the first half and still looking for his first here in half number 2.
Rockets leading by 13. Lob pass to Capella. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Durant, no good. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Houston Rockets. They led by as many as 18 points. Here's Tucker, and he uses the glass on the layup. Tucker's got 7.
Now there's the grit we've come to expect from Tucker. Getting into position for the rebound and getting some points out of it.
It's Durant on the wing. Guarded by Tucker. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Yeah, that's not his spot. Plain and simple. Just trying to force something is rarely a good idea.
Right side, Irving. Got a piece of it.
Well, you know defense is Tucker's calling card. He will pester you, aggravate you, get up in your jersey, make you think twice about trying to shoot over him.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's Irving. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. They get Russell Westbrook.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
The determination of Irving. He's a type A personality who just wants to win.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Chandler comes in for Kevin Durant. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Taurean Prince. And then for Houston, Daniel House has checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Austin Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Irving drives in.
Well, to me, Clint Capella is a classic center. I mean, I love his hands. Great footwork. I mean, he takes what is given to him, plays inside, protects the rim. And if you throw it up, he'll finish it with authority.
The Nets have missed 4 of their 8 free throws up to this point. Things not really going their way at the line yet. And so Irving nails both of them. Rockets leading by 20. Here's Rivers. And Houston again with the bucket. And with Capella, that finishing and rebounding are key to his game.
Yeah, and he's only going to keep getting better, Kevin, which is a scary prospect for every other center in the NBA.
Irving double team over Rivers. And the Nets miss again.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Count it. And that's now 10 points for Clint Capella.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Irving drives in, and Capella sends it back.
He seems to improve his shot blocking every year. I mean, Capella is outstanding at using his length to swat away shots.
But he recovers it. Lob pass to Capella. A rebound by the Nets.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Oh, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later. But they found exactly the shot they wanted. I mean, they'll take that every time.
From deep, Harden sinks the triple. Harden's got 11 points here in just the second half.
And Harden's pull-up jumper is just ridiculous. So quick, so lethal.
Here's Dinwiddie. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close a quarter.
And you see this so often, league-wide, ending the period with a three-point attempt.
And so it's Houston, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Taking a look at the Rockets, Harden and Gordon are out on the wings. Then it's Clint Capella, and it's Rivers, and it's House in at the power forward position. Chandler finds Harris. Jordan high post. Over House. Jordan can't get it to go.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
While the NBA is entertainment, you know, Chris, it also can have a very social impact in a positive ways. Guys like Kyle Korver have spoken out. The Jazz took action last season. Chris, how do you feel the league has responded to issues like discrimination?
Well, I think the league has done a wonderful job, better than any league. First of all, we acknowledge it. You don't just throw it under the rug and say there's no problem here. And that may be the toughest, to be able to acknowledge that. And then secondly, to make quick, sweeping decisions, I think has also been awesome too. But I don't think any league in the history of sports has had more players speak up for issues in society than ours. Let's go back to Bill Russell and others, the way that they started the game and came in. We have to love it, and I love the fact that the league is not scared of the narrative, and we work together. And by the way, that Kyle Korver article was so awesome. It was so vulnerable for him to write that. And when you have players like that, no matter what color, that are selfless to speak out to make society better, then it's not just good for the game, but it's great for all of us. So kudos to Kyle, the Jazz, and everyone doing all they can do to make things better for everyone.
Absolutely. Shots good by Green.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Passes it to Karouche. Over House. The offensive rebound. Jordan. And it's blocked. "11 feet away. Here's Hartenstein. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
And doing a really good job here of pounding it inside in the second half. Sound strategy with the lead.
Ben McLemore, he's checked in for the Rockets. Frazier comes in for Austin Rivers. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Mwaba, 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. And it's Frazier with the ball for Houston. There's the dish to McLemore. Back to Frazier. Here's Hartenstein. Mwaba with the rebound. The Nets have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. And here's Jordan outside. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Rockets have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Good on the shot.
Now look, if he's using his head and finding good shots, Green can be a true weapon from mid-range.
Temple the pass to Musa. A 3-ball. Rockets with the rebound. Now here's Green, and he banks in the layup. Green's got 7 points here in this quarter.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Good on the three-point shot.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Now Frazier. The pass to Clark. 14 feet away. The rebound by the Nets. Jordan's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. From 20 feet out. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy.
And an intentional foul right there.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
And the Nets making a change here. Irving's checked in. Now here's McLemore outside. Musa grabs the miss.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And on the way from Irving for three. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
This three-point shot does not let him down. One of the many ways Irving affects the game.
Houston's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Outside, Green. Pass to McLemore. Green deciding where to go with it. Houston moving it around. Just 4 to shoot. Jacks up a 3. Houston gets it back. Hartenstein passes to Clark. Frazier against Irving. Pass to McLemore. Shoots the 3, and the 3 ball is good. McLemore's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Rockets.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Clint Capella.
The energy he played with tonight was amazing, and it paid off the most on the glass where he dominated the rebounding stats.
Outside, Green. There's the 3. Waba with the rebound. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
On a night like this, Irving forces the D to step back and to take his medicine. They can't do anything about it.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Hartenstein. So we see Houston taking the W here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. James, congrats on the win. What got it done for you at the end tonight?
Just being aggressive. I told my guys on the court that we had to make a run. It had to be a good one. Defensively, we did a pretty good job down the stretch. We got some shots to fall and came with the victory.
Great play tonight, James. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge,